Hey, Justin, happy playoffs.
Happy playoffs.
Is there any extra juice you feel, because it's the Padres, it could be anybody else, is there any extra little SoCal umph you have for this series since it's the Padres?
I don't think so. I think, obviously once you get to this point in the season, everyone we play is a good baseball team, and, we're here focused on us and what we have to do, and not whatever it says on the other team's shirt, So I think going into this, it didn't matter who we were playing. We were going to be prepared and ready to go, and we believe if we play, our brand of baseball, we like our chances.
And after the season you guys had, is there any pressure, any extra pressure in having to get it done this year?
No, I think pressure is probably not a good way to look at it. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to accomplish something that we've been working towards since day one of spring training. I think, on day one, the goal was to win a World Series. It wasn't to win 111 games and set a franchise record and all that stuff. Obviously, that's a big part of it, and that's an important step, winning the division and winning as many games as possible to make sure we make it to this point. But, we see it as an opportunity.
Thank you.
Can you go far left?
Yeah, Justin, you've seen lineups that have worked in October, lineups that haven't. What is it about the way this lineup is constructed and works that allows it to function in October in your eyes?
Yeah, I think, regardless of who's in there or what the order is, I think you're going to see quality at bats up and down the lineup and tough outs, and we got a lot of guys that make pitchers work really hard to get us out, and it's not always sexy. It's not always 15 hits and a bunch of runs, but we have the ability to do that, but we also have the ability to take good at bats and break down starting pitchers and try to get into bullpens early in games, and that's obviously an advantage.
Can you go right back there in the middle to Kurt?
Justin, as a playoff veteran, what do you take out of this that you like or that you've learned from years in the past?
I think it's just another opportunity to go accomplish what we set out to do back in February. I think this is why we've showed up all year. This is why we put in all the work to get to this moment, this opportunity, and we're ready for it.
Okay, straight back there in the last row.
Justin, do you guys think that you guys have quite the advantage? I mean, I know you guys are 0-0 now, and it's the postseason, but going 14-5 during the regular season, do you think that's kind of in the Padres' back of their mind that you guys are being pretty good this season?
I think everything that happened throughout the season kind of goes out the window once the playoffs start. It is a tournament. It's about winning 3 games, and we both have the same record right now. So obviously both teams are very familiar with one another, and I don't really think there's an advantage one way or another. They just came off a big wild card series win, so they probably are feeling pretty good about themselves. But like I said, we like what we have in our clubhouse. We like what we have in our room, and if we take care of our business, we like our chances.
Maybe here on the right, Jeff.
Obviously, there's some uncertainty for you, like contract-wise, this offseason. Has there been any point recently or going into this where you think about this potentially being your last time here, or is that not entered your mind?
No, that's a long ways away. There's one thing in mind, and that's winning a baseball game tonight, and whatever happens after that, it'll all work itself out. But that's not important right now.
Far left, go ahead.
Justin, you've been here for Julio's career. What has stood out in his development, especially the last 3 years? Was really taking another step.
Just the way he carries himself. He doesn't waver. It seems like there's no moment that gets too big for him, and I know Doc talks about guys all the time that just kind of are flatlined. They don't get too high, they don't get too low, and that's kind of how Julio's always gone about it ever since the first day I met him when I put on a Dodger uniform. It's just the composure, the ability to stay in the moment, and the way he competes and goes about his business is off the charts. He pitches like his back's against the wall, and I feel like, he probably has that little chip on his shoulder with everything that he's gone through in his career. And I feel like that's the way he pitches.
And for tomorrow's starter, a year ago, Clayton wasn't available for you guys, and after that, there was some uncertainty regarding his future. Just to have him here healthy, pitching tomorrow, game 2, what does that mean to you and the team?
Yeah, there's nothing better than having a healthy Clayton Kershaw taking the ball for you, and he's one of the best I've ever seen, I've ever played with, and I don't like to talk about tomorrow because we got stuff to worry about today. But when tomorrow comes, we're going to be excited to have him taking the ball for us.
With that, get Maria.
JT, from season to season, rosters change, but there's something about this tight-knit group in that locker room. What is it that just works, no matter who comes in, it seems like?
I think, one thing we take a lot of pride in here is the culture that we've created and the ability to let guys come in and be themselves and not try to mold them or make them be something that they aren't. I think the way we treat young guys who come up, and as important as anyone else on the roster, right? Like, you're here for a reason, you're here to help us win ball games, so it would be not to our benefit to treat them any differently, right? And so when guys get here, we try to make them as comfortable as possible, and usually that helps them perform to their capability.
Maybe we get it down.
Justin talked a little bit about Kershaw not being here last year. Muncy, Kimbrel's not on the roster now. We've had some times with Kinley up and down over the years. What does it say about this group that there is no, oh my God, we lost one guy, we're still going to be able to perform? And what does it say about the front office that there's always somebody else, even if it's somebody we haven't heard of, that succeeds?
Yeah, I think the front office has done an outstanding job over the years I've been here of building depth and holding on to young talent where when stuff happens or a guy goes down, a lot of times, a lot of teams, you lose one guy and the thought's probably, oh, how are we going to fill that void? But it's never really been that way here. It's an opportunity for someone else to step up, and there's a lot of good players in this room, and I think this is a roster that doesn't rely on one guy on either side of the ball to carry us.
Thanks.
In the second row.
Yeah, Justin, I guess all you guys are guinea pigs with the first year of this format and the first round bye and everything. Did you guys do anything differently in your approach during the 5 days off?
This is the first time we've had 5 days off, so I think it was all different.
No, but I mean differently from the way you've approached it before in the time between end of the regular season and start of the playoffs.
No, not really. We played some inter-squad games and took at bats and tried to keep that flow of feeling like you're going out and playing in a game every day as best as possible. So obviously, guys weren't stealing bases and breaking up double plays and stretching singles into doubles, but it was good to get out there, play those inter-squad games, and plus, for the hitters, it was kind of nice. We got to face our pitching staff, which is pretty good, so it wasn't like we were missing too much. We're facing some pretty good arms, so we like how that went.
Okay, go back here, back to the
JT,
right.
looking at the pitching matchup, the fact that Dodgers are throwing Reyes tonight and the Padres are throwing essentially the number 4, who allowed 14 runs in 3 starts this season against the Dodgers, does that amplify the importance of winning Game 1 for the Dodgers?
It's baseball. It doesn't matter who's going out there. It doesn't matter what it says on paper. You still got to show up. You still got to play the game. You still got to, do all the fundamentals and do the right things. And, anything can happen. That's why I love this game. It doesn't matter what it says on paper. You still got to go out and play.
Okay, we'll take 2 more. One there in the middle.
Justin, Trace Thompson is in the lineup today. It's his first playoff game. You were around him the last time he was here as well. What's the difference between him now and then?
First and foremost, I think he's healthy. He's healthy, feeling good. I think coming back to the Dodgers after his kind of tour of the league that he took was exciting for him. I know how excited he was to be back wearing this uniform in this organization, and it's been awesome to watch him just go out and put together quality at bats. The way he's commanding the strike zone is what really sticks out to me. Obviously, he's doing damage, driving in runs, hitting home runs, but the command of the strike zone is probably the biggest step that I've seen in this kind of go around from the last one. He stays in the zone, and he's another guy that just puts together good at bats and takes his walks when he needs to, and makes guys really grind to get him out.
Can we go ahead, first row? Mike, behind you.
Hey Justin, you talked about just having a cohesive locker room, obviously with the younger guys, the older veterans. How much does that help, is being able to bring that balance and be able to have, share your wisdom with the younger players?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great locker room for experienced and veteran guys. You look around the room and Mookie Betts, David Price, Clayton Kershaw, Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner. So it's really, I think, a good environment for young guys to come in and see all these guys that they probably looked up to while they were growing up and dreaming of being in the major leagues, and now getting to put on the same uniform as them and share a locker room. Vargas is the perfect example. He's been incredible since he's been up here. Just having conversations with guys, talking about it. And I was talking to him the other day, and he's like, man, this is completely different than what I imagined like the major leagues were. He's like, I've never been a part of a team that is a team, right? Like, I've never been a part of that. And he's like, it's just been awesome every day coming in and getting a chance. I mean, you get to talk to some pretty good hitters, right? Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner, Will Smith. I think you go up and down the lineup, Max Muncy. There's a lot of knowledge, a lot of good information, and Vargas has been unbelievable at just being a sponge and soaking it all in. And I have a feeling he's going to take some good at bats for us, some big at bats for us.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.